Hey, friend, Coach Hudson here. And today I want to talk with you about something that I think is really, really important and foundational to the greater success that I know you're looking for since you're joining us on this bold journey. And that is the concept of being truly committed. We talk about goals a lot and even dreams a lot. And actually, unfortunately, I think that those two lines get blurred a lot. And, dreams kind of just tend to sit there as dreams, right? Talk about goals, and goals are great and goals are exciting. And yet, if you're anything like me and the rest of the world, you've probably set a lot of goals over the years that you've just totally missed. And if you look at your business year to date, as far as where you wanted to be goal wise and where you actually are, or maybe any of your personal goals, chances are, no offense, said with love, chances are you're probably off. You might be on goal, you might even be ahead of goal. There's no saying that everybody is off goal, and yet the average person usually is fairly off goal and or used to not hitting their goals. And I think that's because the word goal has just become soft for us, especially in our industry and with Keller Williams. It gets thrown around so much that I think it's lost some of its punch. And so I really want to talk about goals versus commitments, right? If you have something important that you're looking to achieve, whether it's in your business, your personal world, whatever it is, what I can tell you is that if you're committed to it, it's going to happen. Let me give you an example. There was a time that I was in a bold room well before I was a bold coach, and I was producing pretty well at that time. I was really starting to get it. It was not my first rodeo. And I had set a particular goal for that bold. And of course, that meant that every single week I had to get some things done. And this particular week, I hadn't taken a listing. And class was coming up the next day, and I had worked my tail off. In retrospect, I probably could have done more. We're all growing, right? And yet I'd worked really hard. I hadn't found a listing. And so I made a choice in that moment that I was going to put my own house for sale. Now, I wish I was telling you live so I could see your reaction, because a lot of people think I'm either making it up or that I'm insane. And I'm not making it up. I might be insane. I don't think so. It worked out all right. I did put my house for sale. I did sell it. I moved to a better one. Life was great. It really did work out okay. And maybe that was subliminally something I wanted to do. I don't know. The point is that at that point in my life, I was so committed to my goals that failure was not an option. And I made a choice. Now, again, that's an extreme example, and I'm not telling you that you're going to have to move during this bold. I really want you to look at your life as to what are goals to you and what are commitments. What is a non negotiable for you in your life, in your business, whatever it is. Think of it this way, right? You know, you are committed to your children if you have them. And if you don't have children, I'm pretty sure that you could imagine that if you did, you'd be committed to them just like I trust your parents were to you, right? You know, if you have to pick up your kid from school or camp or wherever at 3 o'clock, you're going to get there. As a parent, I know that, right? Because you're committed to your child. And what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to come up with, if you don't already have, or revisit your personal goals, your business goals, anything it is that you're looking to achieve this year. I want you to revisit, maybe fine tune, maybe create some new ones, whatever it is. And I want you to get committed to them. I want you to start thinking in a manner which is, I will, like, I'm going to sell. Let's say the goal is to sell 50 houses in a year. I'm just throwing a goal out there. All right. I will sell 50 houses this year. And you can't just say it. You have to actually connect it with something inside of you that you are so committed to that goal. Absolutely so committed to that goal. When you're truly committed, you're going to find a way. I know that might sound silly. I'm telling you from experience. When you're truly committed to a goal, you will hit it. So think about it. Where are you off on your goals, and are you actually committed to them? Have you set some goals that actually don't mean anything to you? Is it time to scrap them, replace them, lower them, raise them? We don't just fail to fail. So I want you to look at your goals. I'd like you to revisit your goals and really, really decide what you're going to commit to. Because if there's ever a time where you're going to amp it up and get closer to them, it's going to be over the next few months as you're in the bold experience. I have seen crazy things happen in this environment where people have just outperformed in manners that they've never ever imagined that they could. So what are you committed to? Because here's the cool thing that happens. When you know what you're committed to, you don't have to wait till we start at step one. You will start to realize what needs to be done. Put it this way. Let's go back to the 50 houses a year. If you're truly committed to it and not on track for it, what needs to change? Is it the amount of time you lead generate? Is it the way that you lead generate? Are you not great at converting from lead to appointment? Are you not closing at the appointment? Are you not giving yourself enough time? Are you getting up too late? Are you going to bed too late? Are you not refreshed in the morning when you're lead generating to get these things? Are you not efficient at the appointment? Are you taking too long so that you can't go on as many? I could go on and on about this. The point is, when you are clearly committed to something, you can look at what you're doing and not doing and figure out what needs to be changed. And I'm also happy to talk with you about it. So my big challenge to you this week is to spend some time with your goals. And if you've never set a goal before, go wild, right? And yet I want you to transition from looking at them simply as goals and start looking at them as commitments. What are the non-negotiables for you in your life and in your business this year? What will happen before the ball drops on December 31st? Like, what's going to happen? When you start looking at things that way, it is amazing what you can achieve. We've all heard examples of freak situations where, say, someone was trapped under a car and their loved one was able to lift an entire vehicle to get the person out, even though maybe they were, 150, 200-pound person who has no business lifting a car on their own. When you are committed to something, your superpowers come out. It's literally the only reason that I've been successful, because I started to look at things as commitments, and then I started to find these strengths and abilities and consistency within myself that I never thought was there before. I just wasn't looking at it the right way. So, any questions, reach out to me. Same as every email. I'm going to tell you, every time I send you one of these videos, you want to send me your commitments, send me your commitments. I would love to hear about them. I would love to answer any questions, help you on that journey towards hitting them, staying committed to them. But either way, choose to be committed in all that you do that matters to you. I'll see you soon. Take care.